Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vista View Post-Acute. We're your trusted partners for you and your loved ones' recovery and rehabilitation. Our nurses, therapists, and other trained professionals have been helping you and your loved ones heal and return to the people and places they love for over 25 years. With our personalized approach, we are committed to walking alongside you in your journey every step of the way. At Tri-City Medical Center and Vista View Post-Acute, we're not just healthcare facilities, we're family. This is the community that I grew up in. Tri-City was where I was born. This is where we bring our family and friends when they need healthcare and recovery. These are the people we trust. Thank you for trusting us, not just now, but in the future as we grow together. From our family to yours, thanks again for trusting Vista View Post-Acute, and we hope you all have a great evening.
And in that short time, from here to Tri-City, I, was just like, oh no, like screaming like, he can't die, he's my soulmate.
I was born here in San Diego and have been a North County resident my whole life. And naturally, when you grow up in this environment, it's hard to not become a surfer living close to the coast. And my dad was into surfing, so I've been surfing a long time, pretty experienced. I've surfed all over the world, so I consider myself to be a pretty advanced level surfer. I was in the water ready to come in, and my body went into cardiac arrest. So I had a sudden stop of my heart and my breathing. And obviously when you're out in 6-foot swell in the ocean, that's a pretty dangerous place to be. I essentially was out in the surf just lifeless for we don't know exactly how long.
Lady Genevieve, she was on the very north end of the beach and was filming the waves and saw like what she thought was like a seal or something in the water. And it turned out to be Blake, like floating in his board, kind of floating, and he's just, floating dead in the water essentially. So she freaks out, runs out, pulls him to the shore and starts doing compressions kind of on the shoreline.
I honestly don't even know how I got my shoes on and my son buckled in his car seat. And I was heading to Tri-City. I didn't even know where it was, but I was like, it's in Oceanside. And during that time in the ICU, the nurses there really helped me get through one of the hardest days of my life. And I remember Nurse Angie was like, I see 2 little boys out in the waiting room, 2 little blonde boys out there. And I remember Blake started crying.
I woke up, and as soon as I heard that, I was like, wow, I think I just cheated death.
I think we just owe them a lot in that being able to have our lives back to normal and surf every day and go over for dinner like all the time. And just spending time with my brother and his family and have our families still have this happy, normal life is all thanks to the care and support that we receive from Tri-City. We just have so much to be grateful for.
I'll forever be Tri-City.
My name's Ken Moran, and I'm a native San Diegan. I've been here my whole life and live here with my family. Born and raised here, play a lot of sports. I have my whole life, been very active, and I have picked up tennis over the last several years. So I was playing tennis one Saturday morning, like I do all the time. I'll play for 3 hours at a time. And from what I've heard, because obviously I was unconscious, I literally fell over backwards. There was no warning. There was no anything that led up to that. Luckily, it was a very crowded day that day on a Saturday. There was a lot of people playing. And so the important thing was that people actually did something. I did go into a sudden cardiac arrest. And so people came over, someone started doing CPR. I think 26 minutes of active CPR, which is quite a bit. They did shock me twice. once on the tennis court and once at the emergency room. And so that sort of started my journey with Tri-City. When I did wake up, I looked up and there was my wife, right? And the interesting thing is that I remembered my wife and I could see the tears in her eyes, knowing that I knew who she was. And I think that she felt that meant that everything was going to be okay. Tri-City not only took care of me, but they took care of my family. My wife was there 24/7. They let her stay in the room, and that means the world to me, that she was able to stay with me. I can't thank the hospital enough for not only taking care of me, but also taking care of my family in a time where, I'm the person that's supposed to be taking care of them, that I couldn't be there. And they filled those shoes in a great way. And so I'm definitely appreciative of that.
The El Camino Country Club in Oceanside is hosting a hands-on CPR and AED training session. And joining us in studio now to tell us more about this is a man who survived cardiac arrest. We have Ken Moran. Thank you for being here.
Since I got out of the hospital, I've made it my mission to promote education and awareness. Because what I don't want to ever happen is what happened to me on the tennis court and somebody not help them. We've trained about 300 people on AED and CPR use. It was on the tennis courts where all this started. We had Tri-City medical staff there. We had doctors, nurses. We had EMTs. It was a community event. I want people to not only know how to do it, but be comfortable to actually do something. Because I would not be here today if somebody didn't do something. I just want to make sure that's conveyed that we, my family and I, appreciate Tri-City. I mean, it is a community hospital, right? It's for the people. And they've shown that in my circumstance.
We have always been Tri-City.
Well, if you're like me, you are feeling the weight of these stories. Tri-City is more than a hospital. It's a community of physicians, nurses, staff, first responders, and supporters standing together when every second counts. You are the hands that pull patients back from the edge. You are the calm in the chaos, the steady voice that families cling to. You are the reason a surfer paddles out again. You're the reason a tennis player returns to the court. You are the reason families get one more hug, one more laugh, one more meal together. Every innovation, every life saved, every story of resilience is possible because of the care and compassion inside our walls and the generosity and vision beyond them. This is Tri-City. Together we save lives. Together we restore hope. I know this is the moment when you'd expect me to ask you to dig deeper, but honestly, there's nothing I could say that's more powerful than what you just witnessed through Ken and Blake's stories. I really hope you were able to read between the lines, hear the words of pain that were unspoken, and the tears that were rolling when the camera stopped. It's not just tonight's celebration, and we have a lot to celebrate, but about every single soul that comes through our hospital doors. There are so many lives who need a second chance, and that can't happen without you. Whatever this compels you to do, I simply ask you listen to that voice. I am Tri-City, and tonight you are Tri-City. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being someone's second chance.